What is up, YouTube fam? It's your favorite unapologetic lesbian, back with another one. This time, we've got some Upchurch. You-Eff-Oh Part 1. I would say this would be a troll because of how he has the title, but based off his Instagram and what he's been posting on his Instagram, I think this is going to be more along the less related to UFOs, which has got me curious, because I've always been curious about UFOs and aliens and stuff. So let's just get into this video.
Alright, let's talk UFO, UAP, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Let's talk about it. Now, if you've clicked on this video, you've probably seen the UFO, UAP hearing they had the other day.
Yay!
Be careful what I say in detail, because there is an open whistleblower reprisal investigation on my behalf.
I think it was pretty cool getting to see, high government officials and people in Congress talk about it and be open to it out in the open for everyone to see. My favorite thing about the whole entire hearing was the fact that now this talking point will be approached different and looked at different amongst different groups talking about it all over the world, whether it's your front yard or whether it's motherfuckers at NASA. Now it appears everybody from us to motherfuckers who are allowed to fly $50 million jets are on the same page. Keyword appears. Why do I say appears like that? Because, hey, Google what a coup is. A coup is a sudden, decisive exercise of force in politics, and especially the violent overthrow or alteration of an existing government by a small group. If you watched the UFO hearing, you know why I'm saying that. Alright, let's start with something simple. The abbreviation change of these things. It's been UFO for a very long time. Out of nowhere, they changed it to UAP. Now, a lot of people were like, oh, they're trying to distract us and they're trying to cover up the aliens.
Yeah.
I look at that as a clue.
Yeah, I saw that too. It's been everywhere. They're trying to cover it up. They're trying to cover it up.
So UFO, unidentified flying object. UAP, unidentified aerial phenomenon. So they know it's not an object, and now by the physics, it is not flying. It doesn't fly. It's not an object. They don't appear to have wings. They don't appear to have pilots that are the size that we are. It doesn't appear to have fuel, propulsion, a route, a common place, nothing. These things have been known to sit perfectly still in stage 4 hurricanes. It's not affected by wind. It's not affected by liquid. It's not affected by... It ain't affected, okay? Which means you can't build...
At all, bro. At all. Like, at all.
...build another flying...
Affection, zero.
...object that performs good enough to catch it or destroy it. The abbreviation UFO was not correct for its physics, so they changed it. And even what they changed it to is really not the right abbreviation, because we've been knowing for years that off of the Navy's video, the Tic Tac, it's not just aerial. It goes
fuck Tic Tac
in the ocean. It's aquatic as well, apparently.
At precisely 11 p.m., the unidentified sphere seemingly vanished into the ocean.
Splash. When they say splash, that doesn't mean there was a physical splash. That means this object went into the water, or they suspect it did.
And think about it. How you think that makes, how military people feel if they have nothing to do with this? Probably like, oh, fuck. If it's outmaneuvering our jets the way it does, and they can't catch it in the air, and then all of a sudden this thing's like, fuck it, I want to go in the ocean, bye. It's the ocean at fucking 18 G's. What's the plane gonna do? Hey, submarine, is any of y'all around here? If the plane can't catch this thing, the fucking submarine definitely can't catch it. Look how every military is structured in the entire world. They have different sections for shit. That's why you have the Marines, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, all the different shit. We have it in sections. They have something that is everything at one time. We ain't even near there yet. And you know what the crazy thing is? I ain't seen nobody mention anything ever about weapons being on these things. When have you ever heard anyone be like, yeah, there's a weapon on there? Or I suspect a weapon to be attached to this. 0 times of weapons.
Bruh. What the? Now that he says that, that's the everything I've ever seen about a UFO or read about a UFO. There's never been anything about weapons on a UFO. Like, ever. Back again, 0. Nada. Zilch. 0. That, what?
Ever. In all of history. 0 weapons. Even all the times our Air Force has claimed to purposely chase the fuck out of these things. Not once have you ever heard them be like, yeah, it fired a bullet at me or a laser or nothing. It's like it's playing with you harmlessly. And you know what the interesting thing about that is? That's a human property. That's a human thing humans do. We trick dogs. We think it's funny. We trick babies. We think it's funny. We trick our friends, play jokes on them. We think it's funny. Why do these things appear to be doing the same exact thing except for, with our fucking world government? And there's different forms of trickery. I mean, people, in a sense, play tricks on people to rob stores. Or play tricks in a pursuing kind of way to be like, hey, it wasn't me, it was someone else. Those are all not good things. This thing's not doing that. This is like a playful manner, it seems like, personally to me. Alright, now let's look at positioning ability.
Yeah, what he's saying, yeah, it does seem like it's playful. Because it's like, oh, catch me now. Can you catch me now? Can you catch me now? Oh, how about now? How about now? Yeah, I can see that.
Of humans versus these things. Alright, so let's go back to the UFO hearing. What do you hear these Navy pilots say? These things ascend and descend fast as fuck. They fly up. It's somewhere up. Up somewhere. So these craft can go from ground level to up in space somewhere in like seconds, right? Now let's look at human technology from ground to up. We've been to the moon 6 physical times. We only successfully done it 5 times. Only 12 men total have been on the moon in all of history. If going to the moon actually happened in the 60s, from the 60s to now, these stats are fucking horse shit.
My bad, guys, my bad. I didn't mean to hit my mic stand and everything.
To mention, we got to set up a rocket for weeks and get ready and build it and have people gather around and be like, 10, 9, 8. By the time the fucking thing lifts off, the Tic Tac could have done, went to Venus and back like 20 times. Next thing we're going to compare is the ocean. These things are always around the ocean. They're playing in the ocean. They're above the ocean. They're hitting the fucking ocean at high speeds. We can't even shoot a damn bullet into the water that is an aerodynamic bullet into the water without it, if you ever shot the water, it fucks the bullet up, and the bullet doesn't go that far under. It just kind of gets fucked up. The impact is what fucks it all up. It's a solid meeting of liquid. There's an impact. These things are hitting the water at speeds that should definitely fuck them up. So is it not a solid? Probably not. How is it not affected by water? I don't know. It's something that's able to be an aerial phenomenon and an aquatic phenomenon at the same exact time. So that tells me that this thing can be transparent and our Earth really doesn't matter to it. If it can move through anything, or does matter to it. More than we think. Get it? Matter. Probably not. That's alright.
I got it. This says Matter is anything that takes up space and can be weighted. In other words, matter has volume and mass. There are many different substances or types of matter in the universe.
And I know y'all have seen the videos of it like flashing and like teleporting.
Yeah.
And if it's doing that, it's doing that for a reason. What process is it doing when it's here and teleports and then it's like over here, and it's showing you, hey, look, I can teleport. It's not doing it for a reason, not that we can see. It's doing it just to show whoever's looking. Just think about it. If they have multiple videos of this thing moving at the speed of light and there's a streak behind it, and you're talking hundreds of miles in seconds, then what is the point of it teleporting 15 feet over and over? To be like, hey, look, see me teleport? Yeah, alien muscles. The only thing I've seen with my own
Yes, that is exactly why they're doing it. Exactly.
2 eyes on our planet, that is a burst of energy that goes and it kind of moves forwards a little bit, but it doesn't teleport. You can still see it, but it's a jet engine on a car. You're probably like, whoa, what the fuck? The drag strip shit, okay?
Yep. My mama, God rest her soul, and my papa, God rest his soul, they were both dragsters at a drag strip here. My mama was the queen of the powder puff. She was the queen of the females. She was the best female dragster there was at this drag strip.
And what do you know? The fastest thing we have that can even kind of see them is the jet engine. But even that, a rail car with a jet engine on it has one direction. If it slightly goes off of that direction, you're fucked.
Extremely.
Even then, a jet engine on a plane, you can only bank it so much before you're fucked.
Approximately 3/4 of the way around the turn, at 1416, the aircraft banked past 90 degrees, descended rapidly, clipped power lines, and hit the ground.
The only thing that I can think of that moves the most similar to these tic-tac things and stuff is a cursor on a computer. Yikes.
Yeah, that's what my brain's doing right now. Error, because, I mean... Like that beat, though.
Wait till you see part 2.
Oh, God. Part 2. Bring me part 2. Because now I'm like, yeah. See, there was a show. Oh, God. Project Blue Book. Blue Beam. It was something like that. I loved that show. And ever since I was a kid, I've loved... Not necessarily I had an interest in aliens. They've always piqued my interest. I've always questioned them, like, do they really look like that? Like, the generic pictures that you see of aliens. And then, like... when me, my mom, and my brother moved out of the rent house that we were living in when we were kids, and we moved into the house that we grew up in, it was cornfields all around, and that was right around the time that Signs had came out, you know, the movie about aliens and Signs, yeah. First week in that house, and all the way around us, there's cornfields, and we watched that movie, and I'm thinking, is this real? Is this real? But one thing I've always been told is they don't like water. Because like in that movie, too, they don't like water. But, I mean, Hollywood's Hollywood, and they'll lie to you quicker than any dang thing. And cover stuff up and lie about something to make it seem like they don't like something or something isn't this way. But even, like, others that I've talked to, friends of mine, family members of mine, that aliens have sparked their interest. I've always heard they don't like water. But here lately, that's all you're hearing about. They're near water. They're near water. They're in the water. They're in the water. I mean, I had a conversation. Oh, I forgot who it was with. It was just a little while back, saying that they've already been here. They've been here before we were here. Because they're under us, under the water. I mean, we've went to outer space. We've explored space. But we ain't explored the water. It's like deep, deep, deep in the water. Why is that? What's down there that's scaring everybody? You know? Yes, I'm very interested in part 2. Whew. If you guys liked that video, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.
My life is like a movie. My life is like a movie. And everybody watching now. They watching now. So I'm just off the jewelry. With the